everyone and welcome. This is John from Quilled and Twisted. I hope you liked my new little intro music. Today I'm going to be making paper Tiana from Princess and the Frog. She is one of the most beautiful princesses, I think. I really love the green leafy dress. So I was interested to see what I could make of it. So starting in my usual way, I've taken about 40 strips of paper and coiled them into a large coil. You can see I'm shaping it to form the base of the dress. So this is going to be painted, added to make it look hopefully like Tiana. So I need some glue on the inside so that it will hold and retain its shape. So I'm going in with a light coat of acrylic paint. This serves several purposes. This will help protect the piece from moisture. It will add a little bit more strength. Of course, it just looks nicer to have some colour. It does not matter the exact shade of this green because it will be covered up later. I am adding some little quilled circles to look like the frills of the underskirt. I'm going with some light green coloured strips in order to make the torso. On the top part there will be some skin exposed, so I have to change the colour. So once both pieces are dry, I can use some glue and attach the two together. I've had some comments about the way that I fill both these pieces with glue. Some people feel it's too much and it does not work. I found I do actually prefer filling the two pieces with tissue paper or something like that and just using a bit of glue to hold it all together. I think that does work a lot better. Okay, at this point I'm going to decorate the base of the dress. So I'm using 3 long pieces of paper, or 3 long strips rather. I'm going to form a loose coil with these and pinch them into a leafy kind of shape, or a teardrop shape. Repeat that exact process until the whole of the base of the dress is covered. Now, it does not matter the exact size or shape, even as long as the whole of the bottom is covered. You'll have to bear with me on this one because it's going to look like a bit of a mess until towards the end. Just have to trust me that this is going to turn out nice in the end. Okay, so as you can see, I have filled I've covered the entire bottom of the dress. You can see that there's different size shapes, different shapes altogether. So here I'm using a product called Liquid Pearls. Now it doesn't really matter what you use, this was just so I could mark out where I want the next layer of the dress to be, because Tiana's dress is very layered. It's got lots of leafy shapes, so I'm just marking out where I want this to be. Again, it doesn't matter the colour or what you use because this will be covered up again. Okay, so once that had dried, I went in with some Dovecraft 3D glue. This is a glue that when dried will stay risen, it will not go flat, so it can help bulk out your product and give it a more dimensional effect. So I'm just going to completely cover the bottom of the dress within those lines that I marked out previously. So once it's all completely dry and it's solid, so you can tap it and it will not make any indents. Sometimes it goes clear, sometimes it looks a little bit cloudy, it depends on how thick you've done it. But once it's all completely dry, you can then go in with some glitter glue, my absolute favourite product. This is a Stickles glitter glue, and I prefer to use this kind because its consistency is a lot thicker, it doesn't run. Other glitter glues that are a bit cheaper have more water in them and they tend to run down the piece, whereas this one is perfect because I can leave it standing upright and it won't drip or run in any way. I believe the colour of glitter glue I'm using here is Seafoam. I thought it was a very good fit. Okay, so once I've covered the entirety of the bottom and it had dried, I then went in with the same colour again, but I attached a finer nib or a finer nozzle onto the end so that I could mark out some leaf shapes for the upper torso and I could fill in the gaps. Using the same fine point nozzle, I went in with a darker green colour of glitter glue. This one is called Pine. This allows me to mark out and add detail. You can, if any of your shapes have gone, if any of the shapes are not quite how you imagine them, you can use this to sort of like change the edge, make it look a bit neater. A little bit off camera here, I'm sorry about that. I was concentrating so hard on not putting my finger in the wet glue that I didn't pay attention to where the camera was pointing. To dry, and I think you'll agree that it's looking a lot nicer now than it did before. I decided to add some embellishments. Now I didn't have one that was quite a lily pad type, but I did have this green flower, but I thought it was a bit small on its own, so I decided to add other gems to kind of build up my own embellishment. You can see I'm just playing, I mean it's a bit hard to see on the camera, but in real life this looks quite beautiful. Hopefully a photograph will pick this up better. I also added a little pearl on the top, just to break up the green colour a little bit. So those two pieces together formed the head. I'm going to do the hair separately. I'm going to do it in very much a similar way as I did to Cinderella and my Elphaba. I'm going to make the hair a kind of bun with curls. As you can see, for each of these strips now I need to add a blob of glue to where the curl is going to be and then roll it down. Just hold it into place a couple of seconds. I can move on to the next one. And I will repeat this process for every strip that you can see there. Glue, roll it down. Okay, so when you've done all of those, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Very neat, but of course now she needs a fringe and a crown. So this is the way that I put together some strips to make the fringe. It's not going to be nearly this one. Similar to what I did for the bun, but I press them in so that they go flatter. So the fringe doesn't look curled, it's just a little bit more rounded. So it's not flat, it's not curled, but it's just got a little bit of dimension to it. See, I was using a baby wipe there just to mop up some of the glue a little bit. I kind of did the fringe at a bit of an angle so it wasn't just straight across. So just curled these little side bits and cut them so short that they just add a little bit of detail but they don't really pull any focus. Okay, now she needs a crown. To make the crown I did teardrop shapes just like I did for the base of the dress, but obviously a lot smaller. In size or decrease in size. Now just to finish it off, I thought I'd add a couple of gems because it's a crown, it's going to look special. So a couple of gems on each of those, again decreasing in size. Some people use tools to like these, but I find that I can do it with just my fingers. A little bit fiddly, but then this whole art form is quite fiddly. Here's our finished princess. I'm so pleased with the way she turned out. If I could change anything, it would probably just be to make the glittery layer a little bit shorter, maybe some half asymmetrical elements, and maybe round down some of them so they look a little bit more like leaves. But on the whole, I'm happy. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please give me a like or a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, and also subscribe to be notified when I